Hello and welcome to tonight's Monday Night Raw, being brought to you by Machinima Prime's Dead Island Short. It's a shot-for-shot adaptation of the groundbreaking animated trailer, directed by B.J. McConnell and produced by Kevin Tangerone. Make sure to check it out in the link in the description or click on the screen. This just announced this Friday night on SmackDown, John Cena will face Dean Ambrose in $1 million championship contest. That'll be on my second channel, youtube.com/Tubby. So go over there for YouTube. Second Universe Mode SmackDown teams. First off, tonight is a champion versus championship match. It is Wade Barrett taking on Cody Rhodes, the World Heavyweight Champion. Now, it was last week on Monday Night Raw. It was Wade Barrett teaming up with Cody Rhodes against the team of Dolph Ziggler and Randy Orton. Wade Barrett would go on to work with Cody Rhodes, seemingly, and they looked like an absolutely great tag team. As what is going on? Cody is coming out. Dean Ambrose, the master of injustices. Dean Ambrose is coming. Cody Rhodes has called down Dean Ambrose, and it looks like Dean Ambrose will face Wade Barrett here tonight. Why is Dean Ambrose of the Shield working with Cody Rhodes as this match jumping into it in progress, as Wade Barrett taking on Dean Ambrose here tonight? Not exactly sure why. It was booked as a champion versus champion match. Now let's take you back and remind you how we got to where we are tonight. The championship match that was set up for tonight, or the champion versus champion, was the result of last week's tag team match. As I said before, Wade Barrett and Cody Rhodes were tag teaming against Dolph Ziggler and Randy Orton, and they seemed to be a cohesive unit. They were working great as a tag team until near the end. Wade Barrett would go for a tag to Cody Rhodes, and Cody Rhodes would jump off the apron and leave Wade Barrett stranded. By doing this, this would allow Dolph Ziggler to get the win, although after the match, Randy Orton would be pissed off that he was not tagged in as well. So this match was made official tonight on the WWE app, which is twitter.com/Tubby. That's what I'm calling it. And it was made official as a champion versus championship match with the promise that if one of these guys won, maybe, possibly, there'd be a unification match. Unfortunately, that's not looking like that's going to happen. And it looks like Dean Ambrose could be making a push for the WWE Championship. Obviously, if he were able to pick up a victory here tonight over Wade Barrett, that's got to put him in the hunt for the #1 contendership for that WWE title. Currently, there are no #1 contenders for the WWE Championship. However, Cody Rhodes' World Heavyweight Championship does have a #1 contender. Actually, it has two #1 contenders, and Dolph Ziggler and Randy Orton, who both have a rematch clause for the championship. As Dean Ambrose, going for the pin, is able to kick out at 2 is Wade Barrett. And you guys can see the strategy from Dean Ambrose is he's trying to knock out the injustice. The question is, what injustice is there? Why is Dean Ambrose coming to the aid of Cody Rhodes? If you remember, it was Cody Rhodes who won the Money in the Bank briefcase. Cody Rhodes would go on to not cash in against Wade Barrett like everybody had speculated. He would in fact cash in on Dolph Ziggler. Now, cashing in on Dolph Ziggler, who Dolph Ziggler somehow was named the victor against his match in Randy Orton, which went to a time limit draw, it left a lot of people speechless as why he didn't go for the WWE Championship. The WWE Championship is the most prestigious. This could be a Dean Ambrose, the distraction of the chair. Dean using the chair, the referee was distracted. Dean's going to pick up the victory, but no, Wade Barrett able to kick out at 2. Holy crap, as Dean Ambrose almost stole the victory there because of the distraction of using that chair. He almost was able to sneak a victory. Now remember, this is not a no disqualification match. Dean using that chair, had he used it, he would have been disqualified. And if you're Dean Ambrose, you do not want to get disqualified if you're trying to prove you can be a #1 contender. As Dean Ambrose gets reversed by Wade Barrett, shutting him down, as Wade looking to go on the offensive right now as he's targeting that arm of Dean Ambrose. One would have to ask, what would it take to beat Barrett? If you saw the performance that Wade Barrett gave at Money in the Bank in the Hell in a Cell against Titus O'Neil, what is it going to take to beat Wade Barrett? As Dean is trying to snuff him out here, but Wade Barrett with a nice belly-to-belly reversal as Dean's going to roll out of the ring. And Dean seems to be, Dean's taking a breather as he's about to take down the announce table here. as Wade is still in the ring. Now Dean comes back in. Now Wade's turn to go outside of the ring. These guys are playing a little bit of cat and mouse as Dean, however, is able to capitalize with a nice suplex on Wade Barrett. As this has got to be the career-defining match. If he's able to do it here, and he's in fact the #1 contender, this would mean absolute big leaps and bounds for the Shield. The Shield are currently the tag team champions here in this universe mode on Monday Night Raw. They will, I think they're in action this Friday, excuse me, as Wade Barrett looking to do something big here. He's got Dean Ambrose on the table. Dean looking to reverse it, but Wade Barrett is able to hit a big DDT. Humongous DDT through the announce table. Where do I sit now? The announce table has been destroyed by Wade Barrett. I hope we have builders who can rebuild this for continuity purposes as Dean is able to get up. As Dean's taking a chair again. Dean's bringing this chair in, but this is not a disqualification. He's looking to distract it. The referee's got his head turned, but no. Dean gets caught. Wade Barrett with a wasteland. Dean tried to use that chair one too many times. The ref had turned around because the Shield's music had played, but Wade hits a wasteland. The Shield, what is going on with the Shield? The Shield's music hit, and that actually cost Dean Ambrose here. Is there dissension in the Shield? I'm not exactly sure what just happened there, as it looked like Dean had the upper hand. He was setting that chair up in the corner. The referee turned around, and Wade Barrett caught Dean Ambrose delivering that wasteland to him. Wow, what a great way to start off Monday Night Raw as Dean Ambrose. And I'm being told, yes, I am being told right now it is being made official after this match tonight because of the interference from Dean Ambrose, and we didn't get the championship match that we were promised. This Friday night SmackDown, brought to you on my second channel, youtube.com/TubbyEmu. It will, in fact, be a championship match versus a champion, not a championship match. What am I talking about? It, in fact, will be, as you can see, Wade Barrett looking victorious, showing why he's the WWE champion, able to shut down Dean Ambrose, who is trying to go to the well one too many times to that chair. Came up on the losing end here tonight. But, yes, in fact, this just announced Cody Rhodes will, in fact, face Wade Barrett on SmackDown. That will take place youtube.com/TubbyEmu on my second channel, where all Universe Mode live streams will be as well. So if you're looking for live stream Universe Mode live streams, I guess this is live. This is what happens when you're live. That will be on my second channel. So, the next matchup on the card tonight, it is, in fact, going to be Mark Henry taking on Kane. Mark Henry last week got assaulted by Antonio Cesaro, who would cost him the match. Mark Henry would end up going to the hospital that night. And after that Monday Night Raw, after Cesaro toyed with the great Khali, Big Show would come to the rescue of Khali. In a dark match, Big Show challenged Antonio Cesaro to a match, saying he doesn't appreciate bullies, and that's exactly what he was doing. And not only that, he said the world's strongest man, Mark Henry, not only is he not the world's strongest man, that the world's KO punch, I don't even know what I'm talking about here. Big Show with that KO punch says he can beat Antonio Cesaro, that he will shut him down. Mark Henry, that he's nothing. Getting in between these two, as Mark Henry and Antonio Cesaro have a rivaled past leading back to the Money in the Bank pay-per-view, where those two faced off and Antonio Cesaro was able to win by DQ to retain his title. They would go on to face later on, and unfortunately at the pay-per-view, the No Way Out pay-per-view, the Money in the Bank pay-per-view, they would fight till a double count out where Mark Henry lured in Antonio Cesaro and would hit a World's Strongest Slam on the ramp at 9. As Kane gets the upper hand here on Mark Henry, Mark Henry's number could be met by Kane. Could the World's Strongest Slam, can you even deliver it to Kane? Does Mark Henry have the strength to pick up Kane? As Mark Henry, setting Kane up, is going to lift him above his head. The count's at 7 right now for the referee. Mark Henry with a big slam. As Mark Henry's going to pick up Kane for a World's Strongest Slam. The referee already at 8. On the outside, Mark Henry looking to get another victory, this time via countout. Mark Henry sending a message to Antonio Cesaro as he takes down the big red monster. He's looking to make a statement, as Antonio Cesaro himself is looking to make a statement tonight, and he will in fact face off in a gauntlet match next against Tons of Funk, and Big Show has been added as the third contestant in this gauntlet match, as Mark Henry, you can see, is obviously ecstatic, looking to send a message to Antonio Cesaro after he hit that giant swing at Money in the Bank. Mark Henry's mindset wasn't right. He looked to just end Antonio. He wasn't looking to get the victory. He ended him on this stage. Where do we go from here? Mark Henry looking dominant as ever against Kane. All right, here we go. This is Antonio Cesaro in a gauntlet match. It is Tons of Funk and the Big Show. All three big men are looking to stand up against the bully, Antonio Cesaro, who had a history of toying with big men. And yes, this Friday on SmackDown, John Cena will take on Dean Ambrose for the $1 million championship, a rematch from Money in the Bank. As here we go, Antonio Cesaro, an uber American, looking to show why. And I honestly believe this in my heart, that he is, pound for pound, he is the strongest man in the WWE. Look what he did to Mark Henry. He swung Mark Henry. He swung the Great Khali, and what an impressive record it would be tonight if he was able to swing Brodus Clay, Tenzai, in the Big Show all in one night. That's what he's looking to do, as Brodus Clay, and out of nowhere, picking him up, throwing him in the air with a European uppercut. 1, 2, this one is over. 3, Brodus Clay right away getting decked with that uppercut. That is vicious. As Antonio Cesaro picking up Tenzai, giant swing on Tenzai. Hitting a giant swing on Tenzai, going for that pin. This is it. No, he's able to kick out at 1. Antonio looking to send a message. He looks like he's just toying with these big men. That gets nothing for Antonio Cesaro. Cesaro looking for a quick roll-up pin. This is it. 1, 2. No, he's able to reverse it. Tenzai go for that pin. 1. No, Antonio reverses, but that's a rope break. As Antonio Cesaro just picking up Tenzai like it's nobody's business and just throwing him. Absolutely just owning Tenzai here. Just look at the strength of Antonio Cesaro as he just picks him up with a huge European uppercut. This one is it. 1, 2, 3. Now it's the Big Show's turn, as Big Show making his way to the ring, looking to take on Antonio Cesaro. Big Show does not like bullies, and Big Show trying to send a message to Cesaro that you can't. Cesaro maybe hates the fatties. Maybe that's what's going on. I'm not exactly sure. He would beat the shit out of me if he knew what I look like, as Cesaro taking it to Big Show right now. Cesaro with a big boot in the corner, getting the upper hand on the Big Show. The strength. Imagine, yes, he's already swung the Great Khali, but the 500-pound giant. Oh my, if he was able to swing the Big Show, if he swings him here tonight, Antonio Cesaro, no doubt the strongest man in the WWE by far. Big Show shutting him down with a nice belly-to-belly there. Antonio's going to roll out of the ring to try to take a breather. Coming right back into the ring, and Big Show shutting him down again. Big Show trying to send a message that bullies are no good, that he will take them down, as Antonio with a nice reversal and looking to mount some sort of offense, as he's going to pick the Big Show up there with a nice suplex. As Antonio with that big knee to the face. There are no knee pads. That is pure knee to the face. That has got to hurt Big Show. That rugby style, the absolute heart, the determination of Cesaro, who's going to pick the Big Show up. He's got him over his head, slamming him down, looking for the pin. This could be it. 1. He's only able to get a 1 count. I am just waiting. Here we go. Antonio throwing Big Show. Look at the strength of Antonio. He's setting up for the giant swing. No, he was not able to do the giant swing. Big Show. Big Show coming back with a fury. Big Show's hulking up. This is the bully power. As Big Show in the corner, big ass to the chest. Gonna hit that cross body on Antonio. Big Show looking to finish him off with a big clubbing blow to the back. Going for that pin. 1, 2. Able to kick out at 2. Cesaro saves it. Cesaro picks Big Show up with the European uppercut. This one is over. He's going for that giant swing. He's looking to set him up for that. Where is he going? Antonio's going up top. Antonio looking to do that giant swing here tonight on Big Show, but Big Show able to reverse it. Now Big Show stepping across Antonio Cesaro. Cesaro costing himself here. Cesaro trying to showboat big spear out of nowhere. That one is going to cost him, ladies and gentlemen. Cesaro trying to bully Big Show, and it's going to backfire here tonight. Big Show with a KO punch. Cesaro, that's why you just get the job done. He could have pinned him, but he was trying to go for that giant swing, trying to show off, and that's going to cost him. Big Show picking up the victory over Antonio Cesaro. What does this mean between Antonio, Mark, and the Big Show? Where are they headed? As you can see, Big Show obviously ecstatic. He was able to take down a bully tonight, but granted, was it only because of the mistake from Antonio? Because of his ignorance, because he was trying to hit that giant swing here tonight. And it is time for our main event of the evening. It is Dolph Ziggler taking on Randy Orton. The show-off, Dolph Ziggler, what a 2-month run he's had here in the WWE. Dolph Ziggler was Mr. Money in the Bank. At Money in the Bank last year, it was Batista. Batista was able to come in and win Money in the Bank. At the next pay-per-view, Dolph Ziggler would beat him at SummerSlam. He would take the briefcase away, ending the career of Batista in the WWE. You saw last week Batista returned with a vengeance thanks to the COO Triple H. This was not my decision. I did not sign Batista. It was the COO Triple H. Dolph Ziggler won the Money in the Bank contest from him, would go on to cash in at No Way Out. Unfortunately for him, as a show-off, he thought he could go on, compete again the same night. He would have a title defense against Wade Barrett, and Wade Barrett would go on to beat him in a controversial finish. Unfortunately, that controversial finish, it was quite disappointing. Then it would lead to Dolph Ziggler taking on Dean Ambrose for the $1 Million Championship. He would beat them, but instead of going up against Wade Barrett, he chose to go up against Randy Orton in a 15-minute Iron Man match at the pay-per-view. Unfortunately, that would go to a 1-1 draw. The COO Triple H would name Dolph Ziggler champion for some reason. I'm not exactly sure what happened there. But out would come Cody Rhodes, who would cash in Money in the Bank, leaving both of these guys now without their championship. Both guys have a rematch clause. Who is going to get that here tonight, as both of these guys are looking to show off, as this match is a Falls Count Anywhere. I can't imagine after their I Quit match going to a 1-1. What would be the next step? Where do they go from here after a Falls Count Anywhere, as Dolph Ziggler looking to show off? He's showing why he is the show-off here in the WWE. And Antonio Cesaro looking to give him a run for his money. As you can see, the strength, the power. But Dolph Ziggler with that charisma, that personality, coming alive here as he's looking to take down Randy Orton, as he's going to throw him into the ropes. Dolph Ziggler backing up. Oh, no, Randy Orton's able to duck out of the way. Dolph Ziggler going over the clothesline. You see that clothesline? That's what happens when you do these live commentaries. He goes over the ropes as Randy looking to beat down Dolph, but Dolph fighting back here. Nice show-off sign in the crowd with that big kick right there. Misses, but there it connects, the big super kick. This could be a referee going for that pin. 1. Referee getting a late count there. That could have been a 2 right there, as Dolph looks a little upset with that reverse elbow to the face, as Dolph is trying to take it to Randy, but Randy shutting down Dolph Ziggler. This match has major implications. Where are these two headed? These two have been on a Famouser on the outside. Famouser on the outside. This could be it. 1. No, he's not even able to get a 1 count. Randy kicking out that Famouser wicket on the outside. Randy is shutting it down, but a step-up enziguri. Huge step-up enziguri there from Dolph Ziggler with a reversal. Major implications in this match. These guys are fighting for that #1 contendership for that title. But you have to wonder, are these two looking for more than that? Has this rivalry become more about the title? I mean, you have to wonder, has this rivalry outgrown the title? Think about it. Honestly, these guys have fought on Monday Night Raw on numerous occasions. Randy and Dolph have beat each other down. It was never about the title. I think these two wanted to show or prove that they were two of the best in the WWE, even without that title. As you guys can see from that Money in the Bank pay-per-view, they put on one hell of a contest, and unfortunately, nobody was declared winner as a huge reversal from Randy. Randy on the steel steps. My God, he is just decimated. He has decimated Dolph Ziggler. Dolph has got to get out of here. He's got to recuperate. Dolph going on the outside, showing off a bit. The pain he must be in after that, I can't even imagine this right now. As Big DDT on the outside barely clipped the steps there, going for that pin. Referee not in position though. 1, 2, that could have been 3, but the referee was not in position here. As Dolph, big suplex on the steps. Randy's head, he's hit the steps. His head careened off the steps. These two are going at it. Dolph Ziggler picking up those steps, throwing it on Randy's head. Randy's head has just been obliterated by those steel steps. This could be at 1. No, Randy able to kick out at 1. Oh, man, I need to take a drink of water after this one. Oh, he's chasing him down. Big Famouser on the steel. That's on the steel, folks. Go for that pin. This one is it. 1. No, he's able to kick out at 1 again. The fortitude of Randy Orton. These two guys are going at it. Randy Orton now. No, Dolph with a nice reversal. As on the top of the step, there it is, zigzag. Zigzag, this one is over. 1, 2, 3. No, Randy kicks out at 2 from the zigzag on the steel ramp. That was on the ramp as Randy goes face first. These two are giving it everything they have in this match. Dolph Ziggler with a huge drop kick. These two are giving it everything they have as Randy's up top. Randy getting dropped on those knees of Dolph. Dolph, this should be it. Why isn't he going for the pin? Dolph should have went for the pin. This one could have been over, but it looks like Dolph Ziggler is trying to absolutely obliterate Randy here. This could come back to cost Dolph Ziggler. Once again, I think this match is more than the championship, more than the #1 contendership. A third Famouser on the steel steps. Dolph, he should have went for the pin. Dolph did not go for the pin. He's trying to show off, and it's going to come back. It's going to come back to cost him. It has to. Big scoop slam. Dolph Ziggler with a big scoop slam. Big DDT on the stage. No, but instead of pinning him, what is Dolph Ziggler doing right now? This match was over. He had him. He hit him with that big DDT on those steel steps. There was no way Randy Orton was going to be able to kick out of that. But Randy fighting back. Huge mistake here by Dolph Ziggler. The show off. The big angle slam on the steel steps. Randy Orton is going to catch Dolph Ziggler by surprise here. Big neck breaker on the steel. Dolph Ziggler is going to lose it because he just had a show off. Dolph Ziggler. Randy Orton with that that wicked slam up on the steel. The back has got to be in agony here from Randy. As Randy out of nowhere, there he is. Randy hit an RKO out of nowhere. 1, 2, 3. The Viper out of nowhere because the show off couldn't stop showing off. Catches him with that RKO. Randy, the veteran that he is, knew to slither in for that pin immediately after that RKO. Where do these two guys go from here? Dolph lost because his ego got in the way, trying to end Randy Orton, as Randy was able to beat him here tonight. Where do we go on Monday Night Raw? Make sure to tune in to Friday Night SmackDown on my second channel, youtube.com/TubbyEmu. As honestly, Randy Orton catching him out of nowhere with that RKO like a veteran, covering in for that 1, 2, 3, not wasting any bit of time to show off. Randy Orton, the Viper, standing tall on Monday Night Raw. Randy, don't do this. Dolph Ziggler in the middle of the ring. Randy's not done. Thank you for watching Monday Night Raw. I'm Tubby Emu.